We see the mid-air strike from 40 yards out, the impossible angles, the acrobatic volleys. These clips are everywhere, racking up millions of views. It is natural to watch those highlights, boot up a competitive match, and immediately try to replicate exactly what you just saw. But reality hits fast. You charge up a massive shot, blast it into a defender's shins, and watch your opponent sprint away to score while your rank drops. The constant stream of top 40 insane goals videos creates a skewed deception of standard gameplay, making the improbable feel like a basic requirement. When you treat these one-in-a-million anomalies as a tactical blueprint, you end up sacrificing your win rate for the sake of a highlight that rarely happens. If you want to climb the ranks, you need to treat learning mechanics like an investor treats capital. We have to look at the return on investment for your practice time. Look at this split-screen chart. Attention spikes for flashy, long-range goals on the left, but on the right, top players secure victories through simple, inside-the-box cutbacks. Developers add complex mechanics yearly, but with limited weekly playtime, learning them all overwhelms your schedule. Which of these scoring methods are actually worth your time, and which ones are just distractions? We can find out by weighing your mechanical input, the hours your hands spend repeating an action, against the probability that the move will result in a goal. Time is your limited currency. Mastering fundamental mechanics offers a steady return, while chasing viral aesthetics often leaves your rank exactly where it started. This matrix compares these playstyles. Let's start with a highlight reel staple, the long-range power shot. The required input bar maxes out immediately. To hit these reliably, you must memorize specific spatial distances and master strict timing mechanics. A distance threat forces a defense out of position and creates a spectacular clip when it hits. However, the success probability gauge drops below 10%. Every miss risks a counterattack, making the verdict a high-variance trap. In the second row, we have the solo dribble. The actions per minute needed to chain complex skills pushes this input gauge to the limit, taking a physical toll on your hands. Mastering this gives you total offensive control without relying on AI teammates. But success probability fluctuates wildly due to server lag. A split-second delay ruins the combo. Combined with the mental fatigue of high APM, the verdict is high input and fragile. Investing your limited hours into mechanics that require both high APM and a flawless connection makes hitting a ranking ceiling much more likely as your opponents become more efficient. So if the flashy moves are difficult to sustain, what actually wins games? We have to look at the wings, at traditional crossing and cutback mechanics. Here is the process: a methodical sprint down the sideline, followed by a grounded pass backward into the center. The mechanical input here is low. You simply learn to trigger a teammate's run and use wide formations to stretch the field. This approach bypasses the need for high-speed reflexes or complex analog stick combinations. Because many opponents pack the center of the pitch to stop solo dribblers, the wings often stay open, providing a repeatable way to create chances. The primary drawback here is random number generation, or RNG. When you cross the ball, you give up absolute control. The outcome of that header is determined more by your striker's digital stats than your own manual skill. While this method lacks the flair of a viral video, relying on the math of high percentage chances provides the sturdiest foundation for a winning record. To help you decide where to spend your time, this quadrant chart maps your required practice hours against the actual reliability of the playstyle. When your game plan relies on low probability events, your results usually stay inconsistent. To move up, you have to align your playstyle with your actual practice time. The solo dribbler sits in the top right quadrant. This profile is for the competitive optimizer. If you have 20 hours a week to build muscle memory and a very stable internet connection, this is your lane. Down in the bottom right, we have long-range power shots. This is for the casual player or content creator, prioritizing the fun of a spectacular strike over a strict win-loss record. Finally, the crossing and cutback fundamentals land in the top left quadrant. This works best for the time-poor gamer. If your goal is to log on and maximize victories without burning hours in the training arena, this lane offers the clearest path. A highlight reel is a curation of anomalies, not a tactical blueprint. True mastery comes from aligning your in-game mechanics with your real-life time constraints.